Hola, bonjour, shishini.
Man.
What up, world?
Man.
Hey,
Thanks, man.
Yes, man, the love is impeccable. The comments are phenomenal.
Man, I learned just as much from y'all, man. Like, it be some stuff like, damn, I ain't think about it like that. I ain't think about it that way, man. So, like, we're gonna do this new thing where we kind of highlight at least one or two
Absolutely. My
comments that
favorite
stuck
comments.
out to us. So, shout out to Brittany. You know, she went to high school with
Brittany,
us.
yeah.
She made a comment, man. She brought out the point that it can be a feminine trait too. Like the things that
Toxic
we
masculinity.
consider toxic masculinity, women do them too. So
Absolutely.
that's something I never even thought
Yeah, I didn't
about.
think of it
You know
either.
what I mean? So you were saying,
Oh,
which
you
one?
know, actually, Jasmine Hernandez.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jasmine. Man, the dopest thing that she said to me that stuck out to me was, help men heal.
Yeah.
You know, like we looking out for y'all ladies, and y'all gotta look out for us. Help us heal too, because if we heal,
Yeah.
then we can really help y'all heal.
Or
As a
heal each
leader.
other, man. Just heal together.
Absolutely, it's a reciprocal thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man.
What?
Uh-oh.
What's this called, bro?
Oh.
What's this called, man?
Melanated.
And opinionated. Y'all see that?
Hey, check it
See the
out.
merch?
Shout out. Hey, I know we the Doublemint twins, but
Man.
you know, we rocking
Man.
it. Hey,
Shout out to the wife, man. She be looking out for
Dev,
us, man.
thank you. Hey, just two
Appreciate you,
melanated
bro.
brothers.
Talking that talk.
Hey, all we got is our opinions, y'all.
Yep.
Hey, so we gonna stay in the realm of toxic. That's a negative word, I guess. I can't think of any positive way to use toxic. Yeah, I'll come back to that.
I mean, but you gotta identify the sickness to even know you need to heal from it.
Boom.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, the flu. Hey, yeah, it's a negative thing, but hey, now I know you got the flu. Now we know how to treat this
Absolutely.
thing. So, we definitely want to highlight. And then, like, man, so this week we've been kind of researching and studying different things about parenting, and there's so
Absolutely.
much, there's so many different opinions on
Oh
it,
my
man.
God.
So we tried to narrow it down to just highlight a couple of things that really stood out to us, that especially in the black community, that should be addressed.
And if y'all see anything that, or know of anything that may be helpful to us and to each other to spread the word, drop it in the comment and let us know.
Absolutely.
Because we not going to be able, it's so many
It's
things.
so much.
It's a
It's
long,
so
so
much.
y'all can help us out and just drop it in and tell us, and we can have some dialogue. As a matter of fact, we're thinking about doing the lives like we told y'all. So if y'all think we should do some lives so we can have some dialogue between
Yeah,
the
what y'all think about this?
Yeah,
Should we do that
yeah,
like a
yeah.
watch party, man? Get y'all
Say
involved.
yeah, thumbs up. Comment with everybody. Put the thumbs up. They
Yeah.
want us to have a live, and then we go back and
Straight
forth
up.
with the dialogue, so we can get that cracking though.
Absolutely.
But staying in the realm of toxic, as you know, as we put out there, toxic parenting is what we talking about today.
Toxic parenting.
Beat up, Mr. Motivation. Wait a minute. Do y'all know who this guy is? Oh my God! I'm sitting next to this guy.
Hey.
Mr. Motivation
in the building. Y'all better act like y'all know. Hey,
Hey,
man, I'm putting some stuff together for y'all,
Yes,
man.
man.
It's gonna be dropping soon, man. But real quick though, do y'all know,
No.
do y'all know who this cat is? Do y'all know
No.
who this cat is, man? Come on, man.
Hey.
My guy,
Hey.
Dale-matic.
You know it, man. Catch me
Man.
on IG, Dale-matic.
Man,
Check out my cuts, everything that I be doing.
my brother,
Brothers from another mother.
another mother.
All
Man,
day.
but like, so let's just get on in this thing, man. So one of the main topics that I want to touch on, because, like, you know, I'm 33, so born in the 80s, so coming up, whooping a kid butt, that was normal. That was just a normal thing,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? So we took on these things that our parents did and their parents did, and so it was just like, no, you know, you're supposed to whoop a child. But, man, I was talking to my cousin, man, and I won't say her name, but she was telling me, I got so many butt whoopings as a kid, but it didn't make me stop being bad. It just made me get sneakier and better at getting away with it.
Wow.
So, and so I can relate to that. So,
Absolutely.
like, the times I did get whoopings as a child, it never deterred me from what I was doing. I just kind of like, all right, well, I better make sure I don't do that in front of them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But like man, I was telling you, like the one thing that really, so I was 14, maybe 13, man, and I got caught high. So I'm smoking weed with some cousins and stuff, and they bring me home, and first thing my brother say, "Hey, mama looking for you." And so he just tried to start some stuff. He know what he was doing. But so I go to my mama room, and like it's a nice distance between us. It's kind of dim, so I'm thinking she ain't gonna see that I'm high.
Mm-hmm.
She like, well, what's wrong with you? I'm like, oh, man, mom, I'm just tired. She like, oh, well, I ain't want nothing. Go to sleep. I'm like, cool. I'm thinking I done got away with it. Like, let me go and go sleep. This would be the best sleep I got anyway. Man, I wake up the next day. She's sitting at the edge of my bed crying, man. And I'm just like, oh, man.
Oh, man.
Man, she ain't whoop me. She ain't yell at me. She ain't talk down to me. All she said was, I just want to know why you did it. I just want to know why you did it. Man, that's the only thing that made me stop smoking weed. Like, I had been smoking, for a couple years.
So it wouldn't have been no whoopings, no talking down to you.
It wouldn't have stopped. Seeing how bad I hurt her. Seeing how bad I hurt her. That's the only thing that made me say, you know what, I need to stop this.
And you know what? I learned from my pastor that a lot of times you want to play to the person's heart. Like, that's what gets people.
Right.
Go to their heart. And your mom went to your heart.
Absolutely.
She know that. I mean, the only thing that changed people's ways is their heart.
Right.
Like, no punishment really ain't gonna change that. No slandering, no beating, none of that. That's not gonna. It's playing to somebody's heart and showing them how disappointed you are. And as a matter of fact, like kind of that's the approach that I take with my daughter now. I just talk to her.
Yeah.
I don't whoop her.
Let's talk. Let's reason.
Yeah.
Let's reason. Let's work on these communication skills with these kids because, man, if all they know is getting their butt whooped when they do something wrong, they ain't even had a chance. You don't even let them voice themselves, man. Like, man, growing up, man, I've seen some of my cousins take some of the worst beatings ever, man. Like
slavery beatings.
Straight up, man. Like, it kind of break my heart even thinking about it now, man. Like, but we got to do better, man. Just because our parents did something, don't make it right.
And so, granted, I'm not saying not to whoop them at all. I'm not saying that because sometimes you got to pop real quick.
Yeah. Especially with toddlers. Yeah. You know what I mean? You might be touching a light socket or something. Hey, stop that. You know what I mean?
Especially if you had to repeat yourself multiple times, you definitely might have to get a little popping. But, you know what? Let me play devil's advocate real quick.
Okay.
So, did you get whoopings when you was coming up?
Not a ton.
But you got whoopings, right?
Yeah.
I got whoopings too. Like, I even got whooped with an extension cord. And it left a mark on me. I was bleeding. I think my mama really felt like she hurt me, so she never did that again. Cause like I looked at her differently. I ain't gonna even lie. Like I don't think you gotta go that extreme, but we learn from what has been done to us.
Right.
Whoopings are only a derivative of getting whipped in slavery. That's all it is,
Man,
so
think about that.
Yeah, so we only doing what was taught to us. That was programming.
Yeah,
so
I'm finna whip you.
Because that was a form of punishment. And if your kids get out of line, okay, this is what corrected us when we were slaves, so maybe this will correct our kids. But I said all that to say,
to break them, man. That's buck breaking, man.
It is. It is. But no, I'm saying, no, you good. But I'm saying all of that to say, you got whooping some, and I got whoopings, and even an extension cord whooping, all of this stuff. Look at the gentleman that we are today. So that's to say that it's not to say don't whoop your kids, but it's the level that we go to sometimes.
So are you saying it's a necessary evil? Like,
I'm saying it's a possibility it's a necessary evil. I think that you don't have to use corporal punishment, which is physically putting your hands on your kids, but at the same time, some type of punishment has to be put in place. And if you feel like whooping them at that time will work, or that's what you feel is the best thing to do, by all means. But sometimes we go to the extreme. We go to the level of abuse, and we go to the level of turning them down to the point where they can't come back. And then that does something to them psychologically, to us psychologically.
Oh yeah,
and
traumatic, man.
Yeah, it is traumatic, and so you don't want to ever do your kids like that. But if we go on talking about the toxic parenting, that's a form of toxic parenting. Beating your kids, and so abuse. Yeah. And I hate that nowadays we got the hotline where it's like you get the call, Because I mean, they're your kids, so you should be able to do that. But we don't want to verbally abuse our kids. Like.
I mean, but man, like you said, man, like getting hit with an extension cord, like man, I know some people that whooped with anything that was close within reach. You know what I mean? Like so.
I don't even want to tell you the other stuff that I got whooped.
And so that stuff is out of line, man.
Yeah.
Like, and then like I almost feel like it should be like a 3-strike rule. Like, hey, you did this and you were dead wrong. This is why it was wrong. This is why we don't do this in this household. All right, now you come back and do it. Hey, all right. You do this again, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Let's talk through this thing. What's going to happen to you if you do this again? Now, you turn around and do this within a certain amount of time, you do this again? All right, well, now we got to talk about some real punishment. You know what I mean? But, man, the hardest thing for our kids is losing the internet. Oh, give me your phone. Give me your game. You ain't got that. Now, they walk around the house like, I mean, they whole life over. You know what I mean? They would rather get a whooping than lose their phone.
Absolutely.
Man.
And but that, you know what, actually that segue into to us being an example. Like, so you know that they love their phones and they always in their phones, and we always want to tell them, hey, get out of your phone and stop doing this and stop doing that. And then yet we're doing the same thing that we asking them not to do. And how can we be the example and want them to stop doing something? I mean, even with lying, I know sometimes we have to keep some truths from our kids in order to protect them, but how can you tell your kid, hey, don't be lying, and you just lied to them about something that they asked you?
Or they hear you lying about stuff.
Oh.
They hear you talking to other people lying. And you be like, no, Mom, you was at home. Why you tell them you wasn't home? You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be.
And all you doing is showing them ways to get away with stuff with other people.
You said to get away with you.
You the example.
Hey, but don't you lie to me though. You see, I can sit up here and lie all day, but don't you lie to me.
Yeah,
no, man, that ain't right.
But you know what? That's crazy because that reminded me of what we doing around our kids. You know, just like he just said about lying. So they heard you lie, so now they know how to do that to you and to other people. So not only are you doing that, you got to think about like what you're saying when you're talking about somebody. Say you're talking about I hate to use this, but say you're talking about their dad or their mom to somebody else, and they can hear you. Sometimes we have conversations, our kids sitting in the back seat. Sometimes
on the phone act like they ain't even
there. They ain't dumb. They paying attention, and all they doing is absorbing to later on use. That's all they doing. And so, like, cursing around your kids, like, I think that's toxic parenting. Like, having arguments that you should have when I get arguments gonna happen. I'm not gonna say that arguments don't happen.
Not in front of the kids.
Not in front of the kids. But some people don't care about that.
Man.
But what are you teaching them? To have arguments. And this is how you solve problems.
That this is normal.
This is normal.
To talk to people like this, to yell at people. I'm upset with you, so I can say whatever I want to you. I don't care how hurtful it is, and maybe I'll come back and apologize, or I'm just gonna let it blow over. You know what I mean? Like that's how a lot of our people deal with stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna talk dirtball bad to you, then we ain't gonna talk for a while, and then we just get back to some level of normal.
Yep, and we don't apologize, we don't correct it, we don't do anything.
We gotta break that, man.
We gotta break that, especially for the kids that's paying attention to us. We want them to be able to handle those type of situations in the best way possible. Because if I can be totally honest, when a man and a woman is arguing in front of their kids, and say you got multiple kids, daughters and sons. Now, however you talking to your wife, however your wife is talking to you, the daughter's gonna talk to her brothers like that. Her brother's gonna talk to her like that. So what type of example are you saying?
And then the daughter gonna look for a man to talk to her like that, and the son's gonna go talk to their woman like that. You know what I mean? You know, vice versa. It's just gonna be a continuous cycle. And then like just talking negatively, man. Like we gotta stop talking down to our kids.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what's going on, man. Oh, you ain't nothing. You ain't gonna be nothing, and you just like your daddy. You just like your mama. Man. You know what I mean?
People
like
be doing that.
I see it, man. Like I be in Walmart, Target, all these places, man. And I told you I ain't gonna touch nothing a little bit. It's like, man, I want to intervene so bad, but I mean that ain't my place. But
yeah. Oh.
What are you doing to this child right now? This ain't nothing to you. This is just a small moment. But you are setting the tone for the rest of this child's life.
Oh my God. I've seen it in my family, people that straight, yelling is the first answer. Like it's, I told you not. And it's like, how does that help them?
Reason. Hey, I told you not to touch anything. This is why you don't touch anything. And hey, you want some candy, I get that, but we got candy at home. We got snacks at home. We we gotta get to the communication. Like, I remember, man, growing up, man, it was this thing where you couldn't even talk. Like, hey, don't talk while grown-ups talking.
Ooh,
Don't do kids like that, man. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. Yeah, they especially little kids, man, they got a million questions. You don't take their voice from them.
Show them a way to respectfully interject into a conversation. Excuse me, hey, mom, excuse me. I mean, man, we gotta do better. We gotta do better at that, especially in our community, because everybody's watching.
The word is so powerful. Your words are powerful.
Especially for your kids.
Especially coming from the parents, man. Especially like the mom. This is your most intimate relationship with another human being, and you gonna talk to me like that? Like, you're my everything. You're my provider. You're my first love. You gonna talk to me like that? What am I supposed to do with everybody else?
Exactly.
How am I supposed to engage with everybody else if my main love, my main focus is doing me like this?
That's crazy, man. And you know what? That remind me of in that toxic parenting, you going back and forth with your spouse or your significant other, and you doing that in front of the kids, first of all, but also you staying in that relationship because you thinking that it's helping the kids. And so they seeing all of the arguing, they seeing all of that, and you think that, okay, I don't want nobody else to be around my kids, and I need to stay in this house mainly because you don't want nobody else to be around your kids.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
And so
ain't nobody else gonna be, ain't no other man gonna be around my babies.
So how is that helping your kids? That's showing them to stay in a relationship no matter what's going on and put up and be miserable, because sometimes your relationship's so bad that you can't even help your own self. So how you gonna help the kids? How can you give them what they need and you in a place that's lacking peace, in a place that's lacking comfort, in a place that's lacking all the things you need to be able to give to somebody else? When you broken like that, how can you give to your kids for real what they need? You actually, and you giving them broken pieces, and it's creating and making them feel like, okay, this is normal. Like you said, this is normal to have broken pieces. So now it's okay for me to be broken and to go and find somebody else that yells like my parents did, because that's what's normal for me, and stay in a relationship because that's what's normal for me, because that's what I saw. And I've seen that happen so many times.
Man, we gotta normalize waiting to have kids. Like, I know, man, what it's like to be a teenage boy or a young adult.
Absolutely.
And those hormones, man, raging. But, man, wait to have babies, man. Don't go running out. Talk to y'all kids about waiting till you, like, late 20s, early 30s. Wait till you find a spouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
A wife. Like, we talked about this, man, like that, like, you know, hey, I don't know if y'all know about Guy, man, but he's pretty dope. He's pretty dope.
Absolutely.
So
he's intentional as well, on purpose.
Oh man, this stuff all by design. So he set it up in a way where it's like, hey, don't go having premarital sex, because with sex come children. And so if you're a teenager, 18, 19, 20, and you have a child, you're still a child. And so chances are you're going to grow apart from this person, and y'all ain't going to be together. So now you got this baby mama, baby daddy thing, okay? So now you go on with your life, they go on with their life, and y'all raising kids, but now you go find you a spouse, or you go find you a spouse. And like, so now we got these blended families, and it's just this cycle where, had I waited, and I'm not saying regret your child or anything like that, I'm not saying, but it's set up that way because that's how it's supposed to work.
Absolutely. And in that regard, it's set up that way so you can build this strong bond with the other person, the other adult, because your kids, you guys are on this level together because y'all won. Once y'all get married, and your kids are on this level.
Right.
So sometimes, and like he was saying, like when you just have a child out of wedlock, then you have these kids. Now you are protecting your kids, and when somebody else come, you're like, you can't talk to my kids like that. You can't do this to my kids, and you can so and so. And now you have a messed up relationship where the person trying to be with you, but you so overprotective of your kids because you would have had to do all this stuff by yourself and all of this and all of that. When really you were supposed to have a husband first, so y'all can build that. Exactly. So y'all can build that bond, and then y'all can work together to help out all of the kids, and you don't have to worry about somebody else being a step parent or whatever coming in and possibly loving your child the way that you want them to be loved and all of that stuff. It was by design. Build that bond in order for you to be able to help each other with these kids.
So let's definitely normalize that, man. Another thing we got to normalize, stop spoiling these kids. Now this, This mainly, man. This mainly go to the grandmas out there, man, because like
Yeah.
grandmas will spoil the mess out of babies. You know what I
Man.
mean? And a lot of mamas I see do it too. Like they treat their sons, especially the sons, man, especially little black boys.
Because you want us to be the leaders. And so it starts there. It starts there, Mom.
It starts
there.
If you spoil this little black boy, you want to give him everything that you never had, and I get all of that. But if he's spoiled, once he grows up, he can't stand up as a man. He can't lead a family because he's used to a woman taking care of him.
Absolutely. And as we know, you women need a man to take care. The black family is supposed to have the man at the top and the woman. They both at the top, but the man is the head.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so if you want that to be the dynamic, then you can't spoil the kid. You can't spoil the sons.
Stop spoiling kids, but especially the sons,
especially.
Man.
Because like he said, even not even boys, but girls spoil kids breed something else. Like they don't really know how to be around people. They don't know how to appreciate things. They act different towards things. And I know some spoiled people are gonna totally disagree.
Right.
Sorry for stepping on your toes, but
I ain't
I'm
sorry.
spoiled.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm spoiled, but in a affectionate way. But
you still know how to stand up.
Absolutely,
man. You know what I mean?
And I know
you
how to
hold
give it
yourself
up
accountable.
too.
Like
Absolutely.
that's the difference. You know what I mean? Like you take care of yourself. You got your own spot like that. All of that like plays a part.
Right.
A lot of 40-year-old men that still living in their mama basement, stuff like that, that ain't trying to do better. It's because they was taken care of. They was spoiled. But we ain't gonna beat that horse, man.
But man, but so anyway, y'all should definitely chime in, tell us what y'all think, man. We really want to know, especially with this toxic parenting, because people feel like, and I know, like we all feel this way. You can't tell me how to parent. We're not trying to tell you how to parent at all. But whenever we're talking about parenting, people get kind of they toe stepped on in their feelings because you don't want nobody to say this. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this, or maybe you should be doing that. Whatever. It's still your prerogative to do whatever you want to do.
Man, leave your feelings at home. This is too important a subject.
Really is.
Hey, put your feelings in your pocket, man, because like this something else that we done talked about, man. Like two of the most important relationships. Your three most important relationships: your relationship with God, your relationship with your spouse, and your relationship with your children.
Yep.
And people go to church, so you study there to a certain degree. Some people do, not everybody. But I don't know a lot of people that are reading how to be a better spouse.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people that are reading how to be a better parent. You know what I mean? So you out here just winging it in the most important relationships of your life. We got to do better, man.
We got to do.
We got
to talk about it. We got to learn things. We got to give each other tools and resources to be able to be better parents, be better spouses, because those things are so important, especially be better spouses. And we going to touch on that on another time. But like
Absolutely.
because like he said in the last video, marriage ain't the finish line.
At all.
It's the starting line.
At all. Hey, y'all, this all coming from love, man. We love y'all. We love
man.
We appreciate y'all. So
like, comment, share. We saw all of the shares.
teach us something, man. Drop something in the comments, man. I love reading the comments, man.
Yes, man. Y'all be dropping knowledge to us, man.
Please.
And we want to have that dialogue with y'all. So again, let us know thumbs up on something, and let us know, like, send the thumbs up.
Speak on it. You want us to do the watch party, man? Speak on it, man.
Say you want us to do the watch party. We'll drop it for y'all.
We'll definitely do it.
We appreciate everybody, man. Melanated and opinionated.
Hey, what that is? What that?
Hey, melanated
and opinionated.
Hey, there we go, man. We'll see y'all next time.
All love.